Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, so today we're doing a side-by-side camera comparison between the two best hardware cameras on the market. That is the Note 9 and the Mate 20 Pro. Hardware-wise, there is no competition between these two. They are definitely the best hardware lenses out there on the market. However, with software, you have other phones like the Pixel and the iPhone really coming out as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at which ones are the best ones between these two phones. Now, we do go through 5 different categories on this show, and the main thing about it is that 1, we go through those 5 categories because they're the most important ones for you guys. 2, we don't do day shots because, well, any YouTuber that does a day shot is basically worthless photos because every phone can do a good day shot. A $200 smartphone can do a great day shot. And 3, finally, the biggest thing about it is that we only give each smartphone 2 photos and that's it. Automatic, all out of the box. We don't change settings. We like to keep it just as it comes out of the box and seeing how it does. Alright, so first and foremost we have the low light shot. The low light shot on these two is very telling of how their software handles things. So on the side over here you have the Mate 20 Pro and it is having a very dramatic effect. The clouds are dramatic, the ground is more dramatic, and the overall apartment is going to be, I think, better lit. However, it is heavily sharpened, and with that sharpening, you do lose detail. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if we zoom in a bit here, we can kind of see what I'm talking about. So on the side of this building, on the yellow side, again, the street lighting isn't as effective as much as on the Note. The Note is tinted yellow because of the yellow street lighting. However, on this side, it is heavily sharpened, and you can see on the Note it is sharpened as well, but just not as dramatic as this. And the reason why that plays a big point is because if you zoom in, you can clearly see the numbers on the Note side, where if we zoom in with the Mate, it's just a lot more blurry. You can see that sharpening play into effect there. Overall, with the low light, I am going to call it a tie, which is rather impressive because honestly, almost no one beats the Note when it comes to low light. And this is just because I feel that most people would want to post a Mate 20 photo on social media because of its dramatic look. However, if you want more true to life and just less filtered, I think the Note is giving you a more realistic photo and overall, in my opinion, better. But again, I want to play it fair to both. Now, speaking of dramatic low light, we are going to go to the next category, which is extreme low light. This plays into a lot of people that want to take a photo in, say, a restaurant or a club and don't want to flash a light in your face. So overall, when it comes to this photo, you have the extreme low light test, which no one has beaten the Note this year, and it's almost not able to because of the fact that f1.5 aperture, which the Mate 20 has as well, I believe. But really, the fact is, it's so good in low light. It's just almost impossible to beat it. Every time I want to do a low light photo at a place like a restaurant and I don't want my subject to hold very still for a long time, this is going to be the way to go. So, that being said, the Note 9 does do a better job of the Mate 20 Pro. Again, that Mate 20 Pro just having a little bit too sharp and it gets kind of fuzzy. Now, the biggest thing about this one is the Mate 20 Pro does have a night shot. The night shot does give the Mate 20 a better overall quality, so I wanted to take a look at that as well, since it's a feature offered. So again, this is the night shot, much better lit, even better lit than the Note, but I had to hold perfectly still. So your subject has to be perfectly still, and you have to be perfectly still when taking the photo. It's not realistic. It's a long time, to be honest, and it was very difficult to get a non-blurry shot. Really, this is better of something that is stationary as opposed to a person that can move, just because it's almost impossible to get a clear shot. This was the better out of the two because the other one was way blurrier. So again, regular, night shot. Regular, night shot. So night shot is going to be much better overall, but still it's not as good as the Note 9. So in extreme low lighting, again, no one touches the Note 9. Alright, now we go to details. Now details is one where Samsung does really well. Usually has never been beat from my recollection. It's always on par, but never beaten generally. And with this one, we basically take a photo, we aim it right at this Kingdom Hearts one right here, and see how it does overall when it comes to detail. So let's go ahead and take a look. And with this one, you can definitely kind of see already a bit of fuzziness around just even the Kingdom Hearts area. the letters and numbering is a lot sharper on here, and even if we go to the Mortal Kombat section right here, you can definitely, I cannot even read the one on the side right here, and on this one I can see it is Combat Edition, so, or Combat version, or whatever it is. But yeah, sorry, something's blocking it for me, but overall, you can see in the Street Fighter, Tekken, everything is just a bit clearer HD collection. I can't even read it on the Mate 20 Pro. And this is probably the Mate 20 Pro's weakest part is, I would say, its detail. Its detail is one of its weirdest parts that is just not usually there if you zoom in. However, on a social media post, I think they look fine. You can't, like, if I posted that on social media, it looks fine. But if you zoom into it, that's when you really kind of tear it apart. All right, so I would say the Note is going to take the detail photo. Now we go to color accuracy, and I don't know what it was on this day, but 2 phones out of the 6 phones that I did this shootout with overblew their shots. I do not know why. They all had the same lighting, but for some reason, the Mate 20 was one of the phones that definitely overblew their shot, and you could just tell it's washed out. I do apologize, but as I said, we only like to do 2 photos because, again, if that's what you're getting, that's what you're getting. So overall, because of that, you kind of have to give the Note by default the way more color accurate, I would say. Now, not to say that the Mate 20 is bad at color accuracy. It's actually pretty good at color accuracy, although, again, the main thing is that it does tend to brighten up whatever you take a photo of. So sometimes that gets blown out, and that is a downside of this. So overall, yeah, the Note 9 is going to beat the Mate 20 when it comes to this kind of photo. And finally, then we have the selfie. Now, selfies, we do what's called the extreme selfie test. What does that mean? Well, we take a very dark area behind me on my left side, I believe, and then on the other side, we have a very brightly lit area, and we see how a smartphone does when you're gonna be at a club or somewhere dark, and then in a day shot behind you somewhere very well lit when a sun is behind you or a light is behind you, and how well it's able to tame it. This is an extreme test, and most smartphones do not do that well at it. However, between the two, definitely, again, the Mate 20 Pro tends to overexpose if you have light in there. You really want to always change the EV, I feel like, when shooting with the Mate 20 Pro. We only like to shoot automatic for this test. You can always control it with the EV, and then you will have a better photo. But as it comes out of the box, just taking the photo, it definitely overblew this exposure, and really that it shows. Yes, this is very well lit, even better well lit than the Note, but then where the stairs in the photo is, it is completely overexposed, and I think that does harm the detail as well. Even though the Mate 20 Pro has a better resolution for their camera, it's definitely a better resolution. You can see that in some of the detail around, like the jacket. You don't see it in the face. It's kind of washed out. By the way, I did turn off the beauty modes in this just to get a better detail. So both phones come with a beauty mode out of the box, but I did turn that off because that really worsens the photo. And yes, I did do one with it, and yes, I looked like I had makeup on, so I took it off on both. But yeah, so overall, I will say that the detail definitely, I think, is more maintained, especially like in the beard, the hair. You can just see it better, and it's not as lost, and it's more well exposed. So overall, I have to say that between the two best hardwares, the Note 9 is currently the better smartphone overall. And that goes because it wins the selfie competition, it wins the color, it wins the detail, and in terms of the regular low light, there is a tie. Overall, I think the Mate 20 Pro still needs more software updates, and there are software updates coming every time. I think I've had a total of 4 updates since I've had the Mate 20 Pro, and I got it in the beginning of December. Now granted, 2 were out of the box, but it's showing you that it is being supported and that it is getting there in terms of its software support. One of them was a camera software support, and that did help, I would say, the overall quality since that's happened, which the extreme low light test was after that one. and you could see that it did improve. So hopefully these will keep improving over time. Maybe we can do a test when the S10 comes out versus the Mate 20 Pro and seeing what software updates has helped the Mate 20 Pro versus the then released S10. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you have either of these smartphones? Do you think each one's a good camera? Do you have difference of opinion of the ones that I went through? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RCKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.